So Pet Simulator 99 has just came out with this particular update inside of the game, and inside of Pet Simulator 99, obviously there is a tower defense option that allows you to go infinite. And in this video, we are going to be showing you the best ways of getting much further inside of the infinite area inside of Pet Simulator 99's Tower Defense Event Update. So the first thing you want to do inside of the Tower Defense Update in order to maximize on the amount of waves you can get is by actually going into the game setting and by scrolling down to where it says Tower VFX. As you can clearly see, you are able to toggle between different types of VFX you can see inside of the game. And the one you want to have on is the normal one, and the reason why is pretty straightforward. So as you can see, you are able to put down these particular pets around your area on the tower defense map. And of course, having more lag inside of the game will make it either slower for you to play or may screw over your gameplay altogether if the lag gets extreme. And the problem with this particular event is once you reach a certain amount of waves, if you do not have the VFX enabled and have it where it's on the maximum VFX, so it has the less animations, then inside of the game there will be plenty of lag which will affect how your gameplay is, screwing over how many waves you can actually get. So obviously, let's put down some pets and get started. Now, for me, unfortunately, as I do believe the game has not really fixed the VFX completely, there is a certain point in the game where you will start to see lag. And for me, that's not a very good thing, as whenever lag does occur for me, the game does crash, unfortunately, in which I'm hoping it does not happen to you. But obviously, having the maximum tower VFX does lower the amount of animations, which obviously in the end will let you last longer as you are able to actually see everything that happens. Now, clearly inside of the game, if you are trying to maximize on the amount of waves you get, you also want to have some decent pets, in which I would suggest using a forged armadillo as the lowest pet you have inside of the game. What I mean by the lowest pet is not necessarily the cheapest pet you have, but what I mean is inside of the game there are pets that cost a lot more, in which you are going to need if you are trying to get more waves, and the reason why is pretty straightforward. Now obviously, in order to have a more decent army and to get more waves, you will need some decent pets inside of this particular update. The best way of getting them is either by hatching them, which does typically take a lot of rubies, or by buying them in the trading plaza for a cheap amount of gems. Now obviously, the forged armadillo is a really good pet, and it does take you pretty far inside of the game, but you do want to try to find ones that do more damage than this. The best recommendation is going to be the arcade one, partially because of how good it is for how cheap it's currently selling for. Obviously, being able to do more damage inside of the game does increase how many waves you get. Eventually, obviously, you will max out on the amount of waves, but if you can get a really good pet and put down 40 of them and max out the upgrades, you will most likely beat the hundreds of waves inside of the game, which as you can clearly see behind me, we are already on wave 16, and even just with this forged armadillo, we are lasting pretty long and we are pretty strong. So yes, the cheapest pet I would recommend you have as your strong pet is going to be the forged armadillo, and that is for players who are just trying to get rewards inside of the game and not necessarily trying to get on the leaderboard inside of the clan war. Now obviously, these rewards inside of the game do come and go, but as I've seen from playing a lot, you will get a ton of gift bags and potentially a few huges, which is very beneficial inside of this game as you can make tons of gems just selling them. As many people are trying to get on the clan leaderboard and get those clan rewards also while playing the game, I can understand why players may buy up all the good pets in the plaza, which will cause them to be super highly priced. But if you can find a decent enough pet that isn't going to break the bank, then I would recommend getting it because it may help you a lot and get you to further places inside of the infinite wave. Now, the next thing I would suggest is for you to actually have speed 2 on when you're currently at the beginning and very strong. The reason being is in order to get more waves, you obviously want to try out different techniques of how you place your pets. And in order to place down a lot of different techniques, you will need the game to end faster and obviously move faster, which is why I would suggest having speed 2 on. Obviously, inside of game settings, you also want to have auto start wave enabled, just because if you don't have that enabled, what occurs is every time you hit a blockade or at the end of each wave, it will ask you if you want to do the next wave, which does typically take a lot of time if you're just manually clicking it. So I would suggest you have the auto start wave enabled. Now obviously we're back in the lobby now, and let's show you some other ways of how you can get more waves and obviously get better pets and become better inside of this event world. Now obviously you guys have probably seen the fused machine, and the best recommendation I can give is by actually fusing all the pets you plan on never using. Now obviously some players are gonna sell pets inside of the plaza trying to make some extra gems, but to be honest, this particular pet and some of the other ones are just so cheap inside of the game, it's not even worth selling because you will just make 0 gems. So I would suggest fusing as much pets as you can to your best pets inside of the game. Yes, it is free to upgrade and fuse your pets and does not require gems or rubies, so obviously I would suggest doing it in case you don't already know what this particular thing does. Now, what map should you do if you are trying to get further in the infinite waves? Well, the easiest map is the Happy Castle, because the chests and the other things that go around on the actual tower defense line is a lot weaker inside of Happy Castle. But if you're trying to get a map that is really good for putting down stuff, I would suggest using the Twisted Beach. From what I've seen, the infinite map on Twisted Beach is really good and does help you a lot if you're trying to have like a lot more pets down that do more damage in different areas. Obviously, as you can clearly see, if you put pets in a corner, not only will it do damage when it hits you on the straight line down, but it also hits the items when it's churning, so that's very effective. And inside of the Twisted Beach, there's a lot of twists and turns which allow you to put down pets in those more stronger areas and obviously hit more of the targets better inside of the game. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say, and if you don't, feel free to just join in the Twisted Beach Infinity mode and check it out for yourself. Now thanks for watching this video, by the way. Hopefully the simple trick helped you, and hopefully you guys found something that was new that you may have been missing before this. Obviously, if you want more tips inside of the game, make sure to subscribe and share this video to people who may need this help. But other than that, thanks for watching this video.